Well, good day, all. Ira Epstein with your Metal Market Wrap-Up, and this wrap-up is for Friday. A Friday that's in Chicago, they thought us we'd get up to 6 inches of snow. All we've had is rain. It moved around the lake. Chicago dips through Lake Michigan, and it hit Indiana right on the other side of the lake. My wife is from Indiana, and whoa, they got hit pretty good. We have been so darn lucky. But there's problems with that because the beach erosion is going to be nasty. We need the ice to protect the beaches in the winter. You don't get that. I didn't even realize that. And then you get the organisms that without the ice there, they grow, the clams and the things that we don't want in Lake Michigan. They're invasive and you get real problems. My problem was I didn't see today's rally coming. Not this way. I was wrong. I thought that the market might drop that much today. So was I turned upside down? You know, traders don't say that. Yes, I didn't see that. I was dead right on all the currency markets and right on other ideas, gold, gasoline prices. Can't win them all. I wish I could, but nobody can. And you take your lumps and you take your coal lumps sometimes, and that was it. So what really went on? Well, I think it was short covering more than anything. I think it's still a bear market rally. I think the market is going to be this week looking real hard at Friday. A week from today, we get the jobs report. I think it's going to set a big tone. The naysayers will always are going to say that if the jobs data slips and wobbles, that's it. We have peaked it out and the Fed doesn't have to go as far. They will say if you get a strong jobs report, yeah, but the lag effect's coming, it'll wobble, and we're going to buy it. So no matter what the market does, what we've seen, and it started happening aggressively in December of all things, and it lasted right up until February 3rd, they're going to buy regardless of anything. Okay. Don't fight them. Don't fight the tape. That's what they're doing. If you look at today's action on the stock indices, you will see both in my spider video and in the futures. I really go through what they've done there. The daily chart was more damaged than the weekly charts, I can tell you that. All right. But this is where we're going to do weekly charts on the metal market. And what the metal market has done is successfully gotten over the 18-month moving average of closes. And by staying over that, it's given a bullish bias to the market. What about on the weekly? And this is a close-only chart. Same thing. Now, often, markets will make fights at the 18-week average. This is a classic one. The market got all the way up here, fell all the way back down, about $100 an ounce, found its support, and for the week, we're up another 2.5%. When you look at the chart on a weekly basis, and each week here is represented, the pattern is one now of high, and it just happened. If I take this week's action off the chart, you had a higher high. You can't have an arrow there. You'd have them here, higher lows, higher highs. So what has really happened now is you keep shifting upward, and that's the important thing to understand where the swing line low is. The swing line has been bullish. Where is the 18-week average of closes? Right here. Where is the 100-week? So on this chart, you fell right back to the support. The bulls will defend this, and they'll bail probably if you get a close under 1808.80, and that is 2 weeks ago's low. It would be underneath also at that point the 100-week and the 18-week average. So I think that we have the number that the bulls want to defend. Where's the upside target? Well, wherever the Bollinger Band is a potential target for the market, one of them. There's some window envelopes. Are we overbought? No, not at all. You have a market that had lost its embedded reading. What's the importance of losing an embedded reading? When you lose an embedded reading, and it's when the slow stochastics, like this, get a reading where the red line is under 79. Now, my numbers will be different than yours. People that join me in the morning, and they're in my videos, my subscriber videos, I give them these, and they can go into their own charting software, make the changes. It is not the 14, the 5, and the 3 that you see when you set these things up down here. That's not it. it's a change into the formula itself. But to make a long story short, if you lose that, unless you regain it right away, the odds favor the market is going to go to the closest main moving average. Right now, it's here, when it was lost was February 10th, and that would have been 1806. Now, the two are still there, 1807.10, and bingo. You come in on last week, the low of the week, 1808.80, and where are you? The 18-week was 1812.70, and you had a bullish crossover. This is the week you have to be up. You don't want to get a crossover and you're making lower lows on a closing basis. Bingo. So now, as long as you're not back under that, you've got where the bulls can make a stand in the market. Now the question is to turn momentum, flatten it out, and let it start turning up, and you could open the window up for the higher numbers. Silver has just been a terrible market. We just went from 75 to now you're at 87.92 ounces. You added 12 more ounces you'd have to bring into your shopping cart to go to that gold merchant that's the nicest guy you ever met or lady. And they're not going to charge you a commission. They're going to ask you for 87.92. They'll chop off the ounces down to that, and then they'll give you 1 ounce of gold. Back here it was 75. So silver's lost value. And you see that on the chart. It looks nothing like the gold chart on a weekly chart. You have a higher high, lower low. Maybe you'll get down to the lower band. I have my doubts about it because you're so oversold, but there's no buy signal there like you have the other way. In copper, copper's waiting now on this week. It's this weekend. We start the Party Congress in China. What are they going to do to spur on the economy? You generally hear things at that either make or break things. Well, copper will be listening to that in a big way. What we've had is a market that hit the upper Bollinger Band in the first challenge of a 100-week average, where I teach. That is where the market often runs into major resistance, and that's where I think professional money comes out in a big manner. And the reason is you deploy it somewhere where you're not fighting that resistance. Ideally, if you fall, you make a run back towards that 18-week average and fight a battle, and I think that's pretty much what you did. You didn't hit it. You missed it by 20 points. Come on, that's basically, you're right in the ballpark. In the platinum, do you want to sell a Bollinger Band? You only stay under it 5% of the time or over at 5%. This is where the market bottomed out. Bottomed out does not mean it's bullish. You still have lower highs, lower lows. The battleground is, can you stay under the 200-week average? The resistance is here with the 18 and the 100, and nothing on this pattern, nothing can turn this chart bullish this coming week. Absolutely nothing. Okay? We can get more of a bounce with out of China if they say some bullish things. Last, the dollar. So what the dollar did is, again, you had your embedded reading. And when you lose the embedded reading, you haven't lost it there. You need a reading over 21. The odds are you're going to go right on up to the 18-week average or the closest main moving average, the closest of it. And from there, try to figure out what to do. I don't know. Looks to me like that's just what it's done. So now we wait and see. And that's what we discuss just like this each morning. But in the morning videos, I'm able to tell you, hey, buy here, sell there, put a stop on this. This is the risk. If you're going to play this type of trade, this is how it works out. Here's the day's news stories that are coming out. We go through this. This is all done. I start recording 5:15 to 5:30 a.m. You'll have that right after 6 a.m. in the morning. Your day's ready to go. You know the reports that are coming out. You get an idea what's going on. We cover all these different sectors. I want you to join me. It's really simple to do so. How you can get there is through our website under the word research. Doesn't that make sense? How do you get there if you're looking at this? You can just, if you want, take your cursor, move it to the top. There'll be an icon. Give it a click. It'll take you into the research area. Join me. What do you have to lose? I'm Ira Epstein. You have a great weekend. I will see you all Monday, ideally, early in the morning when I put out those videos. Take care.